Welcome to another relaxing video. And I'm here with Last Epoch. So I went back to this ARPG, and for a very good reason. We have Season 2. So Season 2 of the game has been just launched. So early days. And so far, I think it's going well. Well, not only for me, but I think in general. I think it's been very well received. Tombs of the Erased, that's the title of Season 2. So this game has been in early access for a while, then it was full released 1.0 in February last year. I covered this game during early access and also for the release. Now, I played offline, let's say a couple of times. Then, of course, I played different games, and you can see from the channel I played different games. But I really wanted to go back now for Season 2 and see the changes, because they made quite a bit of changes. They introduced new mechanics, and I think there's a different way to forge items, especially legendaries, etc. There's a new faction. Some skills for some masteries have been completely reworked. I think for the paladin. But as you can see here, I have a sorcerer. A sorcerer that is using Lightning Blast. And it's funny enough, when I played Path of Exile 2 at launch in last December, I made a lightning build, and actually I made a lightning build for Last Epoch as well. Well, these days is the way I roll, I guess. So, well, briefly, these are my skills. So skill tree for the mage, and then the sorcerer. I'm favoring, of course, everything that has got to do with lightning, but also, of course, some survivability with life, and then plus intelligence, of course, and also ward. That's the energy shield. And for the skills, I'm using Lightning Blast, Flame Ward as a protection, teleport, of course, mobility. We have static. I'm using that as well, and Static Orb, that's also another skill. I had a brief look around, and it seems that Static Orb is usually the one that is used as a main skill. Instead I'm using Lightning Blast, and then Static Orb. I don't know, doing my own thing, because I'm using Static Orb in this way, so rotating balls, so balls of lightning. I don't know. Yeah, that's how I do it. Don't know if it's good, don't know if it's not. So far, I think it's fine. I'm breezing through the campaign, so I'm still playing the campaign, by the way. And also they introduced the dodge thing, like in Diablo and Path of Exile, actually. So yeah, I'm still playing the campaign. This is the last part of the campaign, actually. So I'm edging towards the end game. It didn't take me that long to reach here. I think they made it quicker, so you kind of breeze through the campaign as long as you know what you're doing. Of course, if you haven't played the Last Epoch that much and you're not well versed in action RPGs, okay, maybe you might have some problems, but not tremendous problems. But if you generally know what you're doing, yeah, you just breeze through, to be honest. Yeah, it goes very easily. I only died a couple of times because, yeah, of course I died. But they were just silly mistakes, so nothing really major or difficult. This is not Path of Exile. well, if you, I don't know if you played Path of Exile, or if you play Path of, yes, this is a funny thing. This is a lizard, of a burdened lizard, and that's the sort of a goblin, the loot goblin of Diablo 4. And the good thing is that these lizards, they run away, but not really run away, so they cannot wait for you. So contrary to the loot goblin, and in Diablo 4 you have to be really, really quick. You have to kill him before he disappears, before it teleports out of the area. Yeah, these lizards is just, I'm here. Okay, I'll move there, but I'm not going away. So I don't know if it's if it's intentional, if it's a kind of a bug. I like it that way. So I can always kill the lizards and get the loot. And they tend to drop gold, but also the materials for forging. Sometimes idols as well. So if you don't, familiar, you have all the idols here, so they kind of complement your build. I tend to use them to get more resistances. But there are very different combinations, and some are more offensive than others. More offensive than defensive. So I like this one, chance to shock with lightning skills. And by the way, one of the cornerstones of my build is also building shock. So shocking the enemies, so I can do more damage and stun them as well. So I don't know. It's I think it works. So far. As I said, no real problems. I have to admit that maybe bosses are a bit harder to kill. But it's not that I tend to die, so it just takes longer. So it's not, they're harder to kill, not because I die, and mostly because it just takes longer. So maybe the single target damage is not great, even though when I build static, so static here, you see damage is quite high, because you can then discharge static. So I tend to create tendrils, so like this one. So I have this one. No. Yeah. So you get overload. So over 80 charges, or when you over 80 charges, you expend 10 to cast a lightning blast. So actually, I'm casting manually the lightning blast, but also automatically. So I think you can see it now. Yeah. So I wasn't casting anything. So that's also another. That was a lot of aligning, sort of an auto casting kind of thing. But it's not enough, so I can't have it just on its own. So I'm not doing enough damage only with that, so I have to cast either static orb or lightning blast as a main damage. So I'm using static orb just as these floating balls of lightning for extra damage, especially when I'm surrounded. And when I'm surrounded, so yeah, when I'm surrounded, I can. Okay, third time or fourth time I died. Interesting. So I was saying, when I'm surrounded, I either use the static orb or static. So static, besides releasing those lightning blasts, I can discharge for the full damage. So I can do that as well. And that's good, especially for the single target. So if I go here and release, okay, those are gone very quickly. It's a very high damage, but then I have to accumulate charges. The more I accumulate, the higher the burst of damage, of course. It takes a while, and I accumulate charges, the static, or if I move, or if I get hit. So that's also, so I can't really just wait for the charges to go up. And where am I going? I think I went the wrong direction. So actually I leveled up, so let me take an extra point here, so more lightning damage and shock chance with lightning skills. So that's compounding with my gear, because yeah, with the idols, and I think this one gives me a chance to shock on hit, and hits are everything that is not damage over time, I think, if I understood correctly. Ooh, nice, nice. Ooh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. And there's something here. Oh, yeah. Too much confusion here. Okay, kind of managing. So return. Okay, let's return. So yeah, I'm going through the campaign. I mean, the story, honestly, I'm not following much the story. So the story is rather complicated, and it's a bit weird. Well, they can't, I don't know why they can't make the story not complicated. It seems a bit, I don't know, seems a bit convoluted, quite frankly, because you go up and down in time, by the way. So if you're not too familiar, at some point in the beginning you destroy the epoch in fragments, and those fragments allow you to travel back and forth in time, and you do that because till you end up in the end of time, when the corruption has devoured the whole world, essentially. And so there's only a floating island floating in the void, and that's your end game. So you just what should I do? Okay, go here, and in the end game you just basically battle through different realities or timelines. Let's pick up a side quest, because yeah, the side quests are important because they give you extra passive points, and they also unlock the idols, the idol grid. It's in the beginning you have only kind of 4 squares to use for idols, and then slowly you unlock everything. Let me see here. So poison damage, of course. Oh, there's something there. Look for the signs of the missing merchant, as if I care. I do care, as long as they reward me. Oh, okay, this is a difficult one, or it wasn't. I think they kind of changed quite a lot in the end game, so I'm rather curious when I get there. And then the new faction, the Woven, I think it's for the end game only. Oh, nice. Actually discharged the static. It was quite brutal. It went substantially from 100 to 0. That was good. I should use the discharge more often. I mean, for normal mobs, it's alright. I can do with static orbs and lightning blast and the usual lightning blast from the static. But then bosses or mini bosses, yeah, I should discharge. It's better to discharge. The Radiant Dunes. Should I take actually another point? I think I have to go up here. Static charges. And then teleport. I think it was this one, so I get ward when I teleport. I'm not teleporting that much, to be honest, because I got this. But teleport gives some extra survivability because I get ward. Ward is the sort of magic shield and literally absorbs all type of damage. I think that it worked on the ward as well. From what I understood, it was too good. So all the builds built ward as a total defense kind of thing. So, but yeah, for a mage, you need that anyway, because we know mages are a bit flimsy in their defenses. They don't got much armor. Even though you can do a battle mage kind of build as well, but I like ranged. And in fact, I was a bit. I was thinking maybe to do hunter kind of build. Yeah, maybe if I stay out of that whirlwind, maybe I can survive. Maybe. Oh. And the flame ward, by the way, so the flame ward is a barrier, so it creates a barrier. So that's a highly defensive kind of thing. And well, as you can imagine from the name, you create flames, a barrier of flames. But then you can get a passive node that converts the fire into lightning. And you get all the bonuses from the lightning. Oh, no. That's poisonous. So, and everything that has got flame or fire in the flame ward, when you get when it's converted to lightning, well, benefits the lightning skill. So that's also good. So that's what I was saying about bosses or mini bosses. It takes a while. It's not that I can die, so it's this one, fire, lightning, and so converts. This also globally converts fire aura to lightning. Wait a second, I just noticed that. Does it mean? Okay. Because everything, so fire damage here means lightning damage, so I get more lightning damage. Fire damage increase, and this is lightning damage. But then globally converts fire aura. Okay, this is something I haven't fully noticed. or appreciated when I am reading the text. Because there are skills and affixes or prefixes or suffixes that give you fire, aura, on hit, on whatever. So I'm wondering, would those then convert as well? So when it says fire aura means lightning because I convert. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't noticed because, well, so far actually I've didn't use those because I said, yeah, I'm not doing fire damage. Why should I take fire? This item that gives me fire aura. So then you have this nemesis thing where basically you spawn an enemy that will drop these 4 things unless you say no, I don't like them, and the next one will have something different. But yeah, let's do it. So this is actually an interesting diversion. Oops. And it's similar to the or reminds me of Path of Exile, Ultimatum. Is that the mechanic? Is that the name? Not to the same level of being absurdly mean to the player, but I think it just it's a nice way to get extra loot, and the rewards are actually quite good every time because there's always kind of a unique. Once there was a legendary as well, so yeah, they're not stingy, not at all, not at all. So what's in here? The merchant. I think here we will find the merchant. And by the way, if you see, so like before, there was an item with strange color, is because I'm using a loot filter. So actually, you don't see much loot, but in reality, well, that was just one thing. I'm using the, oh, that's a big one, a loot filter that in this game is built in the game. And that's quite powerful. You get a high level of control on what to display, what to hide, and it's quite useful. So now I'm highlighting only the items that are relevant for a mage. So I put some interesting colors, just because otherwise I would leave them behind. But I was careful not to hide anyway any type of legendary or unique that even though they're not for mages, well, they're still unique. Or maybe set items as well. It might be useful for a different build, different playthrough. Oh, there we go. That's the example. That's a sword. It's not for a mage. I don't want to miss any uniques, of course. Oh, nice. When I create the flame ward, I also get a boost my on the lightning damage, so it's quite a burst of power actually. So that's why you see everything exploding sometimes. And let me see, actually, I think, no, which one was it? No, I think it's this one. Yeah, this is the one. Infusion grants increased fire damage while active, but for me it's lightning damage 250%. So yeah, that's a lot. Where are you going? Hello, hello, little creature. And those idols, those shrines, actually quite they're good. They give you lots of powers. Sometimes you get two next to each other or a few meters away, so you can stack them. They help a lot in breezing through everything. But sometimes they just give you loads and loads of gold or idols. Or they just make you go faster. Ah yes, this part here is filled with those mobs that actually do poison damage. And my poison damage, okay, is decent. Sometimes I kind of forget about poison damage, and so I arrive at this phase with 10% resistance, and I die repeatedly. Not fun. Not fun at all. So am I in the city now? I think I'm in the city. Majelica. Yes, so now the bazaar, the observatory. Yes, so now in the last act of the game, you're introduced to the two factions. And since I play, yeah, by the way, I'm playing offline and solo self-found. And if there's a game that is solo self-found friendly, is Last Epoch. Because now I will join this faction here, the Circle of Fortune, that will allow me to boost the probability to drop items substantially, and I can target specific items that I want to drop. So yeah, perfect for oh, this is new. Any combination of 3 dungeon keys for a portal. What? Portal charm. And the portal charm does what? Okay. Oh, cutscene. Yeah, you meet so many different characters and people over the eras of the game that are kind of yeah, okay, whatever, seen that. But no, I'll move in time and you're gone. So, and you can move forward and backwards. Okay, let's complete this one. Okay. Right, alright. I should look at the loot. I got loot. Oh, actually, I didn't realize this one is a unique idol. It gives no. Yeah, it's for different build. is for the room master. Alright. And then you can also configure the tabs besides the name and the color, but then you say, okay, I want here to have only exalted. And so no matter what you do, so if I right click here, okay, that's interesting because now I have a specific tab for uniques, okay, and gets the priority on the unique, okay. Because then I have also a tab for the idols. So if I click this idol here, goes directly in here, not here. So that's also useful. And this one will go directly here. So that's also cool. And Spriggan Forms is for the druid. And this is a set actually. Actually, this is a set. When you use a potion, poison resistance, melee throwing. Is this for throwing? Well, don't know. And the set, yeah, the set go here. And then all the rest. And then all the rest. Okay, let me have a look in general what I've got here. So this one, okay, gives intelligence. Lose cast speed. Just to check. I usually check the tooltip for this one, if it's good or not. But it's a very rough way to judge if an item. But you don't always want extra DPS. You want to have a balanced thing, but you don't want to lose too much DPS in any case. But yeah, losing cast speed and losing intelligence is never a good idea. And some items give +1, +2 to single skills sometimes, but so this one gives +1 to snap freeze that I don't use. Poison resistance, damage over time, minion, not using, yeah, this is a minion as well. That's some, yeah, the affixes linked to minions, they are so common. It's like, it's not everyone running a minion build. Mana regen, okay. Okay, this is not too bad. Not too bad, not too bad. It gives extra fun, no. No, it's not bad. No. No, it is bad. It is. Level 55, oh, okay. One of the few times you drop a higher level item. Usually they're all for your level. Okay, I'm interested in this one. Cast speed. Chill on hit that I don't do. Yeah, it's not cold damage. No cold damage. Two-handed doesn't work for me. I get better DPS with wand usually and a catalyst. What about this one? I use lose intelligence. I'm already stupid enough. I don't need to lose more. Potion slots. Yeah, I lose too much. Well, some are actually linked to freezing, not just to cast freezing concoction, freeze rate, poison damage. You know what? This one maybe is not too bad. It's not too bad. Oh well. Oh well. Okay, what about the amulet? Resistances. Yeah, I have cast speed almost everywhere. So every time I move something around, I lose cast speed, so I lose DPS. So I need a very good reason to actually make the swap. Alright, so I think it's a bit of a showcase for the new patch, the new season of Last Epoch. I think it's a good good introduction. I will play more, and of course, let me know if you want to see more of Last Epoch. Probably I'm very close to the end of the campaign, so it's very likely if I do more videos, they will be for the end game. So I will be deep into the end game, or into the end game. Not sure how deep I will be, but I will be in the end game. So experimenting with and exploring the equivalent of the Atlas for Last Epoch. That it was changed, as I mentioned. It was changed, not dramatically, but I think it was there was a rework on the mapping system. Let's call it like that. So yes, I think as a showcase, initial showcase, I think we can end this video here, and you will let me know if you want to see more adventures in Last Epoch, in the various eras and time periods. All right. Thank you very much for watching. It's always refreshing to play Last Epoch, the right middle ground for me between Path of Exile and Diablo 4. And you, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. That would really help my channel. Also, I'd like to thank all my Ko-fi supporters. And if you want to support me as well, the link to my page is in the description. And until next time, take care and stay relaxed. Bye bye.